freedom is a calling.
Mhm.
Freedom is a calling. Freedom is not an opportunity for you to be rebellious.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of our podcast, Ventroom, where we give voice and meaning to emotions people do not know they are carrying. And today, I'm your host, Tamara Omoike. And with me, we have Coach Moses. How are you
Hello.
doing today?
I'm doing well. Shake me now. Good job, people. How are we doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
So, today we'll be sharing the story of a young lady.
Okay.
A young lady. Her name is Carla. So I titled today's story as Borrowed Roof, Borrowed Freedom.
Hmm.
Borrowed Roof, Borrowed Freedom. Yeah.
That's deep.
So let me just read her story.
Okay.
Says, my name is Carla.
Okay.
I'm 21 and I live with my sister and her husband. I moved in to save money and start my life more calmly. But the longer I stay, the more I feel that this home is too small for me. Not physically, but as a space where I can breathe. My sister and her husband have rules, a lot of rules. When I should come home, what I should warn them about, what I should take from the fridge, when it should be quiet, when everything must be tidy, and I understand it is their home. But sometimes something stubborn rises inside me, almost childish. This urge to do things my way, to come home when I want, to eat when I'm hungry, to not explain every step I take. And that's where the clash begins. They want order. I want freedom. They want predictability. I want spontaneity. They want me to adapt. And sometimes I simply don't want to. And then the guilt hits me because I know they took me in. Why is she feeling guilty? Okay. I know they are trying. I know it's not easy to live with another person. But at the same time, I feel this quiet irritation growing that I have to fit into someone else's rules when everything in me is screaming to create my own. Sometimes I come home late on purpose just because I don't want to explain myself. Sometimes I take food without asking because I'm tired of feeling like a guest. Sometimes I lock myself in my room and imagine living alone in a tiny apartment, messy, noisy, but mine. And then reality hits. I don't have enough money, so I have to stay. I have to adapt. I have to fight. This part of me that wants everything to happen immediately on my terms. So I'm asking, what should I do? Should I try to suppress this need for freedom? Should I talk to them even if I'm afraid it will sound selfish? Or should I accept that growing up sometimes means living within limits until you can build your own? I don't know. I only know that I feel torn between gratitude and the need to be myself. As a millennial, I would say she should calm down first. I always
Wow.
tell I always tell my children or my teenagers in church that see, don't rush, calm down. There's nothing inside adulthood. These bills and
Bills and
responsibility
responsibilities.
and everybody looking up to you to make the decision.
Hmm.
That's all. They want to rush. They want to be an adult quick. They are calm down. You don't have to be an adult. Enjoy now.
Enjoy the
So
moment.
enjoy now. Being an adult is really
You
tasking.
won't go back to being a
Yes.
baby or a child or a teenager.
You find yourself there. You can't do anything
Anything
again.
again.
You just have to roll with it and
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to Carla? What are the insights you gain from this story?
Thank you. Now listening to you. Now listening to you, the story is not. I don't think it's about disobedience. I wouldn't even want to say it's about immaturity. Honestly, let's not judge color. We don't do that here.
You don't do that here.
But I would say this story is about when independence is being delayed. The reaction you get, the frustration you feel, especially when you don't have a deep understanding of how to manage the situation. Now, what then is the independence? I perceive independence to be a double-edged sword,
Okay.
right? Now, with independence comes freedom.
Mm-hmm.
True. Now, when you get your independence, you have that freedom.
Mm-hmm.
It can set you on a path of destruction.
Or
Why? Why?
okay.
Because the freedom it gives to you is not freedom itself. The freedom independence gives to you is not freedom itself. It is a position of freedom. Are you getting me?
Mm.
So when you're in that position and you're not free indeed, you would abuse that position and it will set you up for destruction. But the case is opposite if you are indeed free. I want you to think of it as power. When you have power, it's one thing to be in a position of power.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing to have power.
Okay. So you are saying that independence
Yeah.
doesn't bring freedom.
Independent gives you
The position of
it gives you
freedom.
that position to be free.
Of freedom.
It's a position you can leverage to harness the freedom within
inside
yourself.
you. Okay.
It is not freedom
Itself.
itself. So you can gain your independence and still be in bondage. The frustration that you feel even while you're under your sister's roof, you can go out and still have.
You can have independence
And still have that frustration, that bondage. I don't know if you get.
I get you now.
So that's exactly how it is.
And then that means you are saying, wait, is this only independence that puts you in a position of freedom?
If it's independent,
Only independence.
only independent puts you in a position of freedom.
Yes.
It depends on the concept or the context rather.
Okay. Because she is living with her sister
Yes.
and she doesn't have full independence. So we can't say that she's in a position of freedom.
She might not be in a position of freedom, but what she needs now is not even the position, it's the freedom within.
She needs freedom within.
She needs to be free within self.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Okay.
And this is bringing me to the first insight, which is developmental conflict. What does that mean? Now, as we grow and expand in life, right, we begin to develop our physical body. But development here that I mean does not have to do anything about the body, but has to do with your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, the way we interact with life, the way we perceive and view our immediate environment, right? Your orientation begins to change. Now, even your spiritual life begins to grow. Now, as you begin to have all of this development within self will also demand a change in environment, in external environment, to match up or make up for the development going on within self. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, I am.
Now, and that is exactly what she's facing. That's exactly what she's feeling like. She's growing, she's experiencing development within. And then self is seeking to have a change in environment where she gets to be independent. But what she must come to also realize is she has gotten to a point in this developmental journey that autonomy has become essential for identity formation.
Autonomy has become
Essential for identity formation.
So yeah, in simpler terms,
Yeah.
she needs to be independent to discover herself.
Not just that. If you read the story, when I was listening to you, I perceive her to be someone who likes to be dominant, to take control of things, right? That's been autonomous.
She's a young adult.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm very autonomous and everything. I like to handle my things myself. So I can relate to the energy, the way she feels. Now, I'm saying that she has gotten to that point in this developmental journey where this essence, herself, that is an autonomous person now, is seeking to take charge.
Okay.
To take charge, yes, to become fully there, to become present with self.
Okay.
And to be embraced as, this is who I am, and I am an autonomous person.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
I just want to do my thing.
I just want to do my thing. But the problem here is, now, being an autonomous person is not a problem here. But the problem here is, she perceives autonomy as being independent. And independent here also means being free. But what she's not getting is, being free here does not come with just being independent on your own. Being free here has to come with within self.
Okay. So
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get you very well. So you're saying she has to be free
within,
from herself.
free within. She must have that truth
with herself
that gives her that freedom within. You're only free in your heart. So the question is Carla free within? And I don't think she is yet. Because even if she goes out there and she's independent, she will experience that bondage.
And then she might abuse it.
She will abuse. So the independence will give her the leverage to be independent. But because she's not free within, she cannot really harness that freedom.
And then she abuses
it. And then it sets her for destruction. She begins to do things that she's not supposed to. I don't know if you get the point.
I get you.
What do you have to say about that?
I feel that Carla, like you said, she likes to do things her way. She wants to. I believe she's a young adult. She's still trying to understand who she is. She doesn't have everything figured. Nobody has it figured out.
Nobody has it figured out. That's
but
the truth.
She's at the age. We have teenagers. I tell them that, okay, teenagers, they're just coming out from childhood. And they are stepping into this new terrain. Like, it's a little like adulthood. It's a little like child. It's a little like adulthood. So, there's a conflict of how to behave, and that's why they are the way they are. So now this is a young adult that is now leaning towards the adult side, and is living childhood, teenage years. This is a 21-year-old. She's leaning towards adult, so she's trying to understand herself. So in the process of trying to understand herself, she has to make her own mistakes. She has to make her own achievements. She has to do things. She has to know, okay, this is who I am in the face of conflict. This is who I am in the face of problem. This is who I am in the face of this and this and that and that. But I also understand the view of the sister and the husband. It might be coming from a place, all those rules might be coming from a place of protection. It might be coming from a place of, this is how I want to run my house. And mind you, in the story, she said this childishness, this almost childish behavior, urge. So she's feeling like she's still being treated like a child by her sister.
She feels that way.
Yes, and based on what you are saying, based on what you just said, because she's feeling like she's still being treated like a child, she's not free. She doesn't have that inner independence, and that is why she's feeling rebellious. She wants to show that I'm not a child. She wants to show to her sister. She wants to show to her in-law. She wants to show to everybody. She wants to even show to herself that she's not a child. Don't treat me like one. That is what is causing the back and forth, the rift. You understand? So I feel like you have said, if she's free inside, like I'm an adult, I don't need to prove anything.
I don't have to prove anything. When you are free within
When you are free within yourself, you know that, okay, all of these rules, it is their home. When I have my own money, I will do my own thing.
Because you mentioned, I think she also mentioned about having this frustration. And if your spirit, your soul is feeling frustration, that is rebellion already.
Yes, that's rebellion. But I want to say something. She's a young adult. It is expected for them to, because it takes a level of adulthood, let me put it like that, to feel I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Let me use a curse word. Sorry.
Mm.
I don't give two fucks. You get you get to there's a level of adulthood you get to before you be able to say, Ogbeni, you don't really give any you don't send, according to Nigerian English. Not a young adult. As a young adult, you still send. You still have so many fucks to give. You still have so many cares to, you still care about people's opinions. And that is what is causing the not free, according to you,
Within
within. And it's causing the rift within her.
herself, the
Yes.
development
She
of
needs to
conflict.
stop feeling like a child. They are not giving you these rules because they are seeing you as a child. If she can convince herself of that, I think
She behaves properly.
she will behave properly. She
Yeah.
wouldn't have that conflict.
And this is also giving me a pointer to the second insight, which is passive resistance.
Okay.
Passive resistance. Let me bring you back to the part where you said she comes home late. Then sometimes she goes to the refrigerator, you said,
Yes.
to go and take food.
Eat what she wants to eat.
Yeah, she just eats what she wants to eat, trying
Yes.
to do what she wants to do.
Yes.
That's just resistance.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to call it stubbornness because, again, we don't judge here.
Yes.
But what I like to do, especially here in Vent, I like to see what is the why beneath the why you are doing something. We call it the why beneath the why.
The why beneath the why. The reason behind the reason.
So if you're acting in a certain kind of way, why are you behaving that way? And when it comes to a why, there's usually a subtle belief and a feeling within self that drives the why, and then cause
that why now
that
drives
action.
another way.
You understand?
Okay.
That causes that action. Now, she being resistance is only it's just this is what it just means. It means I don't have the power to confront you, to properly express self, thanks to or based on your inability. Will I say inability now?
Because you still feel like a child.
Due to I don't want to sound judgmental. That's why I'm being careful here. But because you do not, let me put it this way. Because you do not have the emotional intelligence, that's the best. Because you do not have the emotional intelligence to properly express self and talk about a matter openly, you feel powerless. Right? You feel powerless. You feel like your emotional power has been taken away from you, even without taking any action. Because just the thought of facing your in-law, facing your sister, and addressing the issue, you feel incapable of doing so. And that inability to do so robs you of your emotional power. So to get that power back, you go behind.
And you do subtle
You
things
go behind to act, behave in a way
they wouldn't approve of.
They wouldn't approve of, to get back your power, to recognize self. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get you very well.
Let me divert a little. I used to have a lady friend back then. I would say, see, girl, you're stubborn. No? You're stubborn. She wouldn't see any reason why I would call her a stubborn person. Because as far as she was concerned, she was the nicest person on earth. She was the most considerate person on earth. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
But perhaps that was the problem.
That was the problem.
You understand? Nice to a fault that you want to please everybody and displease yourself. Considerate to a fault that you don't care about how you feel, right? As long as this person approves you. And then that becomes detrimental to even to your own emotional health. So when you are told do something, because you do not have the EI, which is the emotional intelligence, to properly address it, right? You go ahead to do you're not comfortable with it, you're not happy, but you don't know how to put it to the person properly, appropriately. Then you find a way to try to regain power to recognize self. And what she would do oftentimes is, probably when she's told to do certain things, she want to do it at her own convenient time. That becomes a way of, at least I'm doing it at my own time. I'm seeing, that is her recognizing her own self. Or she could be handling or doing all of those things with a frowning face. And even when we say, why are you frowning? She can't say, oh, I'm not frowning. Another expression would be keeping you quiet or keeping you silent.
Silent treatment.
Giving that silent treatment. Yes. This was our own way of regaining back our own power. So in Carla's case, Carla with a what? C.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Carla's case, the way she's able to regain back her own power is to come, try to want to break the rules. At least I can go to the fridge and eat what I like. What would they do? Just to see self, just to recognize self, just to validate self.
Yeah.
To regain back that emotional power.
Yeah.
Unknowing to her that the more you do this, the less of yourself you become.
Yes.
The less of yourself you become. And that's poor.
Poor Carla.
That's poor.
Poor Carla.
That's poor.
Carla, I hope you are watching this. So you don't need to set those things. It only affirms their belief of you still being a child.
If you even feel childish, it's because even you recognize
that
behavioral patterns
of a
child.
So you don't need to continue. You don't need to do those things. That childish urge, like you put it, your words, not mine. That childish pattern, that urge to do those things, don't do them, because it continues to affirm why they put those rules in place in the first. Why they put those rules in place? She did it that day, and it goes against your person. You wouldn't even have something to defend yourself when things get real, and you did it now. Did you do it or did you not do it? It becomes like that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it's not good. It's not fair to you, because you know that deep down you know that you did it out of spite, not because that's who you are.
That's who you are. Yes.
You did it out of spite, not who you are. So you have to be very careful. You have to don't lose self. Don't lose who you are because you want to spite your sister.
Because you want to try to, yes.
That in itself
try to prove.
is a childish behavior, and they will continue to see you as a child if you do that. That is my own insight to it.
My co-host. All right. So my third insight from this color, I really hope you're seeing this, and I want to share this with you, that freedom is a calling. Freedom is a calling. Freedom is not an opportunity for you to be rebellious. It is a calling. In fact, spiritually, when you have to grow, there's every need for you to gain independence. True of us. True. I was listening to Oyedepo happens to be a man that I love and I respect and I follow. I might not be going to his church, but I do follow him. There was something he said in one of his books, I think Vision. He said every man in his growing stage or phase must have solitude.
Very
important.
Very important.
Very important.
You need to stay away from the noise.
When Jesus wanted to start reaching out to the people, the first thing he did was separate himself for 40 days and 49 to be alone. So it is spiritual that when you are growing and developing, there's every need to be independent, where you get to exercise freedom. But Get this, Kala. The first freedom that you want to pay attention to is not the external freedom which independence supposedly gives to you. It is the freedom within. And how do you get that freedom? The truth in the Word of God, which is love. Love. When you have awareness in love, it gives you that truth that sets you free. Right? In the book of Galatians, book of Galatians chapter 5 verse 1, Jesus said, was it Jesus? No. In book of Galatians chapter 5 verse 1, I think Paul was speaking. He said that for your freedom, Christ died that you may be free. Right? That you may be free. He said, stand therefore, and do not put upon yourself the burden or the yoke of bondage. What is this bondage? Shame. What is this bondage? Frustration. What is this bondage? Guilt. So the rebellion that you are having, it's a bondage. Right?
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. If you do not have freedom within self, if you do not recognize love, and Christ is the symbol of love, is the icon of love. If you are not aware of this Christ in your spirit, you cannot operate from truth and you cannot have that freedom within. Even in the book of John chapter 8, Jesus was telling the Jews, he said, if you believe in me and keep my command, he said, you would know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, do you know the truth? Before you start seeking that external environment, is your internal environment free?
Are you free with yourself? Are you free with your
self?
sister?
Are you free with your sister? Take again. Take again now.
Are you
Are
free
you
with
free
your
with your
sister?
sister? Are you happy within? Is the joy of the Lord within your heart? Because when you have the independence, then the independence gives you the leverage to harness the freedom within self.
Yeah.
My last insight is timing is sacred.
Yes. Well,
Time.
before you say that timing is sacred, I want to say, yeah, color or anyone that is like color.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you might make that money now, make that money, quickly move out, have your thing, have your space, do your thing, and then you ask yourself, what next?
Perfect.
Then
True.
you be like, what next? You be like, what next? You wouldn't know what to do with this new gain independence. That is what he was saying, that it will put you in a position where you can love freedom, truly internal freedom, will put you in a place where you can harness, you can really fully use that freedom. So if it's not a matter of make I quickly get money, or when I gather money now, I'll go and get my place, I'll be at peace.
I'll be at peace. You won't be
might
at any peace.
you might get to that place, and then that you will now start facing that same rules, that same limitation you were facing from your sister. It will come in another form, maybe like the form of your boss,
Exactly.
maybe the form of your brother, maybe the form of your boyfriend. It will come in another way. So first of all, you have to be free with yourself, free with your sister. Treat it with love. Treat those restrictions, those rules with love. I'm not saying that when she's hostile to you, maybe when I'm talking of physical violence, no, that's not what we are saying. Moses, is that what we are saying?
No.
We are not saying when she fights you or stuff like that. No. You know that there is love between the two of you. You are cordial with each other. It's just the rules that you're having problems with. It's not giving you room to fly. Treat those restrictions with love and know that, okay, it's coming from a good place. It will help you to be free with yourself. It will help you to be free with her. And then everybody will be happy. So your timing.
Okay, yeah, like I said, timing, my last insight for you is timing is sacred. Very sacred. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 to 8, if you can take your time to read it, it says there's a time for everything under the heaven. There's a time for everything, every purpose on earth. There's a time for it all. There's a time to plant, there's a time to pluck that fruit from the tree, there's a time to sow, there's a time to reap, there's a time for everything, there's a time to break, and there's a time to build. And it takes the wisdom of love to know what time and season am I
Operating
or
now.
operating at. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, self may be seeking to get independence, but when you correct the mind and find out what love is saying right now, you would realize that self needs to fix the internal freedom first before outside. And the moment you can establish that, you will find peace. I tell you, frustration will disappear.
Childish urges will disappear.
The mind can be very funny.
Yes.
So always question, what is love saying? Is it the time now? And if it's not, and you really know this is love speaking to you, that word, that hope becomes the light. It becomes the truth that sets you free. And all of those rebellion that you feel, it disappears.
Carla. I hope we'll be able to encourage you, not with just eloquence of speech.
Yes.
We hope that we can, with these words, we are able to, hug you and tell you that you are not the first, you're not the last. It's not, and we know that how it can be when you're feeling like a cage. But we are telling you now that open your heart to love. Open your heart to freedom and tell yourself that what will truly make me free? Is it really my sister's rules that is driving me crazy? Or I'm the one that is driving myself crazy?
For heaven's sake, we have rules in the country.
Yes, there are laws.
There are laws
that
in the
govern.
country.
There are laws that even govern religion. There are laws that govern Christianity. It's everywhere. Nobody's actually totally like free.
So, what do you do this week?
Yes.
What do you do this week? What
What
are we
does
doing
what-
this week? Good. There are two things. Carla. If you're anything like Carla, you have anybody like Carla that you can also share this insight with. Carla, if you're listening to this, two things you can do this week as to take home from our conversation with my conversation with Tamara is this: two things. First of all, is gratitude. Now, I heard you when you said something about being torn. When she said being torn between gratitude and there was one other word.
I forgot.
Torn between gratitude, I think frustration or so. Now, you cannot, and I think it's guilt. You cannot feel guilt.
Yeah, guilt. Yeah.
You cannot feel guilt and have gratitude at the same time. You cannot be grateful and also feel guilty. So, what I want you to do this week is this: sit with yourself in the house and ask yourself, what are the 10 things that you are grateful for
In this
in
house.
this house? 10 things. Truth is, if I ask you to look for 30 things, your brain will find them. But let's not go too far. Just 10 things that you're grateful for being under this roof in your sister's care. Write them down and you will see how grateful
You are.
indeed you are. It is because you keep focusing on the thing that you don't have. That is why it feels like
You are
you're
being
torn
caged.
or you're
and
caged.
feeling torn.
Now, the second, for independence. Now, independence is only a call for responsibility. You want to be responsible? Fine. Ask yourself, what contribution can I do in this house?
What financial? Like that.
No, she's saving money now. No. She's saving money
Okay.
for future.
Okay.
So, what responsibility can I do or include, contribute in this house? Just one, not two. You're young. Just one. You realize that naturally the house slowly becomes
Start to feel like your own.
You get, you
Yeah.
become part of them.
The house. Yeah.
You don't even feel childish. In fact, when they are making decisions, you feel like you can contribute because you're actually contributing. I believe so.
That's one.
So
I
this is
still
what I have.
still stand on financial. If it's only water you'll be buying every week, try it.
I think that will work.
Yes.
That will work.
So you've heard it from Coach Moses. You also heard it from me, Tamara. So Carla, and all the color likes people that will be listening to this. Be happy, be open, be free in your heart, and let God and let love lead.
Let the
Yes.
truth and the word
Let
of
truth
God
lead.
let
And
it lead your
until
heart.
then, we'll see you next week. Till then, good job. Remain happy. Remain free. Bye.
Love you guys. Take care. Good job.